All right, y'all. So, more about ACOs, also known as Accountable Care Organizations, that are part of the Medicare Shared Savings Program under CMS. The ACO investment model produced savings, and it continues to do so in 2020. ACO saved Medicare more than $4 billion in 2020. And so they are, let me see here. Okay, according to data from CMS, Accountable Care Organization saved Medicare a whopping 4.1 billion in 2020, almost 2 billion billion after taking out 2.3 billion in shared savings. So that means these ACOs, which are typically nonprofit LLCs that are associated with, healthcare systems, hospital systems, um, and that way they're incentivized under the Medicare Shared Savings Program that they participate in to see if there's not only high quality of care, but also making sure that there's efficiency in the the medical payment claims process. So that way, it's been saving Medicare for a little while now. So like in 2018, there was more ACOs represented in 2020. It's like 561. In 2020, there's 513. There's also competition for those shared savings because the beneficiaries go to accountable care hospitals or organizations, and that way they get all their care. It's almost like a managed care system, but it is not managed by insurance companies. It's managed by the actual healthcare side and administration, which differentiates itself. So just to give you a little bit more insight, what they're saying here is that the ACO investment model produces savings, but the majority of participants exit when faced with downside risk. So there is risk, and it says that to the actual ACOs. About the ACOs. ACOs take on a financial risk and receive should be savings if they meet certain quality and spending benchmarks. And so they have to meet these benchmarks, but there is a risk that they won't receive the share portion of the shared savings if they don't meet the benchmarks. So Medicare's Accountable Care Organization investment model AIM provided upfront funding for 42 small, rurally located ACOs to encourage their participation in the Medicare Shared Savings Program. We estimate net savings to Medicare of $381.5 million over 3 years, and driven by utilization reductions in inpatient and other institutional care, and by the absence of shared risk for potential increases in Medicare spending incurred by participants. So what that means is that over an extended period of time, these ACOs do have more of a track record for shared savings. Like I said before, look at the percentage here, and I'm going to blow it up. Let me see. The data shows an improvement over 2.6 billion in shared savings. There was 1.9 billion after taking out shared savings that were generated by ACOs in 2019. Let me see if there's any other data. Oh yeah. So and then as noted, there were more ACOs in the past because it was incentivized and it was a newer program. In 2020, the 2020 participation for ACOs was an increase. However, the 487 that participated in the from the 2019 program. Okay, so it's just saying there that there's still some overlap from the folks that were in it in 2018. And just real quickly, y'all, it looks like they're pointing out some things to where the positives of ACOs. So there's the NAACOS also pointed out that in addition to positive results in 2020, multiple analyses have shown ACOs are lowering Medicare spending by 1 to 2%. 1 to 2%, that is And it doesn't sound like much, but that is huge. A lot of money, which equates to tens of billions of dollars of reduced Medicare spending when compounded annually. So this program has not only demonstrated that it works in a practical measure for healthcare accountable care organizations, but it also is good for the community in terms of being accountable to the program. ACOs are administered under Medicare or CMS, Medicare Shared Savings Programs, and so that does not circumvent the policies and the things that are in place, like other Medicare programs, like the Medicare Advantage plan that shows no iteration of Medicare savings, even though they have literally made more money per enrollee, per beneficiary, whether they're have chronic conditions or ailments, or whether they are healthy, and that's the taxpayer dollars going out the door. So I hope this is a benefit to you, understanding a little bit more behind the scenes of what's going on with Medicare. ACOs do save Medicare money. They do save the taxpayer money, and that's looking at it in a bigger range. When you're looking at $4 billion, if you're a Medicare beneficiary, and you might be a little bit upset that $4 billion is being saved by healthcare accountable care organizations that are attached to those ACOs, and then they receive their savings, well, then you can also look for your savings as well. And all you have to do is type in Medicare savings.us, and you can find our organization down here, where we help folks on an individual level and prove that by analyzing the marketplace Medicare insurance products in your area. So a lot of folks have retirement income that they need to protect, and make sure that they save their retirement dollars. And then also a lot of folks that don't have the retirement dollars need to be able to access the benefits that are available to them, like Medicare, like Medicaid, and Medicare savings programs for individual adults that are eligible for those programs in your state. So you got to qualify for those. And again, this is something to where, if we as the Medicare community can shed more light on the different ways that Medicare can kind of save the Medicare community money, we can kind of come together and see what is going on behind the scenes together, and hopefully making a difference, especially with premiums going up and the cost of living going up. All right, take care, guys. God bless.